So if you feel like you can't speak up about what you got going on, and if you feel like, again, certain people don't want to see you successful or succeed, then those are people that you don't need to be around you. You understand me? Because if you feel like you can't, again, tell them certain things because they're going to work against you, or they're going to try to hurt you, you understand me, or manipulate it in one way, shape, or form, then why would you even have your ass around these people? Because when you've been in certain seasons where you was struggling, where you was battling certain people. You was battling people who was sending you black magic. You was battling people who was lying on you, teaming up against you, gang stalking you, making certain statuses about you, trying to downplay you to other people that was out here trying to hurt your feelings, so on and so forth. You understand me? So for so many seasons, you was on defense mode. For so many seasons, you had certain people who was working against you, and you couldn't really be comfortable. You was steady looking over your shoulder. You understand me? You was steady looking around and could never be comfortable. Because again, you knew energetically, spiritually, physically that other people was targeting you. So your ass could never relax. You could never be calm. When you was out with other people, they was enjoying themselves. You was the one looking around. You was the one looking and observing the scenery. You was the one who was in your head thinking about certain shit that you went through while you there trying to enjoy yourself with other people. They was enjoying themselves, but your ass was on go mode in a sense. You understand me? For all those seasons that you couldn't truly embrace certain experiences, so you had certain vacations and your ass ain't even able to relax. You had certain days off that you couldn't even truly recharge. You always had some shit going. You always had some shit that had to have your other attention. You understand me? So it's not fair to you to still now be in your season of abundance. Now you done earned all this success. Now you done earned acknowledgement. Now you done earned certain love and respect that's surrounding you. Now it's not fair to you to still be having to look over your shoulder based upon the people that you connected to. Nah. Those seasons of struggling, those seasons of, again, having to be on go mode. Now you got people surrounding you. You got a true soul tribe that's not about to play about you. Now you got ancestors that's sliding about you. You understand me? So your ass is protected. So now you get to enjoy certain experiences. Now you get to go out and truly be laughing. Now you get to go out and truly be in embrace. And now you get to go out and not you out here calculating on how your ass is going to come up with the bill. You understand me? Now your ass is starting to be put in that situation, in that position that your ass was praying for. You understand me? So it's not fair to you to still have to look over your shoulder based upon who you connected to. Because while you was absent from them, or while you was trying to work on you, they was working against you with other people, so therefore they got karma coming to them. So why should you have to continue to look over your shoulder, getting hit with certain karmic bullets that don't apply to you based upon the people that you connected to? Now this your season to relax. So again, if you feel like you have to be on defense mode, or you feel like certain people are going to try to work against you, then you don't need to be working with these people. If you feel like, damn, I can't even tell my cousin about an idea that I had because they going to go and try to steal that shit, then why are you even connected to them? Why are you talking to them? You understand me? Because we always talk about this. Family is not always who you're led to, but come from, it's often who you're led to. You understand me? So therefore, I want you to realize that if you feel like you can't celebrate certain successes with these people, if you feel like if you tell them certain things that you want to do, they're going to try to do them first, or they're going to try to sabotage you, why are you communicating with these people? Get your ass from around them. This season is all about you celebrating with people who truly believe in you. And I'm sorry to say, but a lot of these people you're going to be celebrating with wasn't even with you previously. You understand me? I want you to realize that God got rid of certain people who knew was going to try to sabotage you when you was trying to successfully celebrate you. So God removed these people from your energy because He's seen when people was out here handing you awards, they was going to be out here handing you attitudes. God knew when people were out here talking great upon you, this person was going to be side-eyeing you because people wasn't paying attention to them people, that their blessings was coming through you. You understand me? So therefore, I want you to realize that if you feel like you can't be open and honest with people, then that's God showing you that you don't need to be around these people. Because why would you allow them to have access to some shit that they was trying to sabotage? Why would you sit there and tell people, okay, yeah, well, when we get here, I'ma look out, when you know damn well they didn't even want you to get there. They was out here, they was placing bets against you to make sure that you didn't get to what God had intended for you. So why would you out here be trying to provide them with abundance when they didn't even want your ass to be abundant? You understand me? You out here talking about you gonna buy your mother's a house when she didn't even acknowledge you, when this is the same woman who wouldn't even provide you with love. You out here buying houses and homes and talking about you gonna have a come up with certain people that was trying to destroy you. Make that make sense? You understand me? God is making you have all of these things in front of these people because of how much they try to downplay you and stop you from getting it. That's not for you to then give all your abundance and your gifts to these people that didn't even want your ass to get it. That's why your ass is getting it. You understand me? I want you to realize that God is giving you these things because people tried to stop you from getting it. Because when you told them that this is what God has in store for me, they downplayed it. They didn't want your ass to get it. They tried to again tell other people to plot against you because they didn't want you to receive those things. Because if you had a little bit of confidence back then, they knew that the ego in them, if they got that position of power that God's about to put you in, they knew that they would run with that shit. So therefore, they try to speak and project that same energy on you and try to act like that's some shit that you was going to do. So they try to stop you because they didn't want you to become them in a sense. You understand me? I want you to put two and two together. Even previous partners that you try to tell them things that you want to do. Oh, it's not the right time to. Oh, nah, you got to do this. Nah, you got to do that. Get from around their asses too. Because the right person who believes in you is going to encourage you to do the things that you feel called and drawn to do. You understand? And they are going to be happy about you getting your abundance and your abundance and your blessings based upon the fact that they know that you earned it and deserve it. They're not going to be hating on that shit. Because if they doing what they supposed to do to work on the inner them, they going to receive their abundance too. So therefore, they not going to be paying attention that God's only coming through for you. Because if they did their work too, then abundance is coming to them too. You understand me? So therefore, they shouldn't be hating. It's those individuals who are looking at you with a side eye and frowning upon those people, the ones who didn't do the work. So of course, you didn't do the work. You're not going to get that payout. That's just like if you punch in on the clock. If your ass ain't working, you not getting that on your paycheck. It's not going to be reflected on that. That same applies pertaining to God. If you ain't do the inner work, if you ain't heal and deal with that shit that you was going through, if you ain't change and become a better version of you not getting that payout. You could sit here all day. You could do what you feel you supposed to do all day. But if you not making those changes that God's telling your ass to do, you not going to get what's meant for you. You're not going to get that abundance. You can get a quick little glimpse of what it would have been like had you did what you were supposed to do, but that's just not going to stick. You understand me? I want you to realize this. You understand me? So many great things are aligned for you, but you out here trying to enjoy them with the wrong people. Again, your intentions are pure, but you got the right intentions for the wrong ones. God is blessing you based upon how these people try to say your ass couldn't get it. That shit, they was hit with the okie doke. You understand me? Don't you realize that they was tricked out of position? God made you show up unfavored. He had certain people look at you and see and feel like you ain't have no power. God had to play these people out of position because that makes the achievement so much better. That shit makes your success story so much sturdier. You understand me? Because you going to show in one way, shape, or form all of these people. You going to prove them wrong, but at the same time, you are their necessary lesson. Because one, they going to have to know from that point in time, be cautious and be careful how you treat people. Because you never know who God sent to you to be your blessing. This is a learning experience for them too. Also, it's going to show them that, damn, so-and-so may have been by themselves, but so-and-so stood on their solid ground by themselves, for themselves. They went within, they went to God. They wasn't out here popular, but they was out here in their purpose. They was out here in their path, so they receiving their abundance. How can I get to where they going? They gonna have to be authentic. So I want you to realize that in one way, shape, or form, you are going to be a lesson to these people. And they have to go through these lessons in order to receive these blessings. You understand me? So therefore, I want you to realize this. Them taking advantage of you is a lesson for them too. Because I bet you when they cross paths with somebody else, their ass is going to act accordingly. They going to come correct. You understand me? So they may not have made the change for you, but you were the necessary lesson that they had to go through in order to be the change with them for them. You understand me? So therefore, you changing the world no matter how you see it. But you changing it in a positive aspect because you showing them the good qualities in you. You not out here matching energy, because when you match energy, you make excuses for the things that they did to you. See, so-and-so was out here freaking and creeping too. So now they not feeling guilty. Now they not facing their karma. Now they not facing the consequences because you chose to match energy instead of having them reach your shit. You understand me? So therefore, I want you to realize that you're not doing your job by being the lesson if your ass is not forcing them to step up, or they going to have to step off. You going to have to be the lesson in one way, shape, or form in order for them to get their blessings. You understand me? So again, you showing them true love. You showing them support. Okay, they took advantage of it. All right. Soon as you seen that, you release that person. Okay, from that point in time, they're going to face the karma. They're going to learn from those lessons. They're going to have certain consequences, but you are going to be the stepping stone. So the next person that they cross paths with, they're going to do right by. You understand me? If you out here matching energy, that means that you are adding to them being a menace. So if they out here a cheater and you sit there and cheat on them, now you continuing on that cycle. So the next person that they cross paths with is going to have to pay for you and pay for other people. So now you out here creating certain karma for other people who have nothing to do with it. Had you sat there and stepped up to the occasion and walked away from that person, they would have then been forced to face that karma, and they would have had to go within and change their ways. You understand me? So I want you to realize that one way, shape, or form, you are the karma, and how you carry it is going to be based upon what gets returned back to you. So again, if you out here matching energy, that means you adding to them being a menace, and they're going to then go make the other person pay for what you did to them. You understand me? When you was just having your face screwed up because you was being forced to pay for shit other people previously did to them for. You understand? So if they was used to cheaters, and now you cross paths with them and you was trying to show them love, you was trying to show them another way, and they cheated on you. Now you cheated on them. You understand me? You are continuing on that cycle. Versus had you sat there and set that standard, and when you seen that they wasn't going to step up, you released them. Now they realize that they lost something good, somebody who was trying to show them love. So now they are going to be forced to go within, and you are triggering their tower moment. So you are being a lesson, but at the same time, you being a blessing because you forcing them to go within. You understand me? So I want you to realize that in one way, shape, or form, you are karma. And how you carry yourself being karma is what karma gets returned back to you. You understand me? So you had to correct it. They cheated on you. You walk away from them. One, you break in two different cycles, because you could have had a mother who refused to walk away from her previous partner. But your ass then broke that family curse in a sense. And now they had a father who used to cheat, treat, and creep with other feminine energies over their mother. And now you are the person who's stopping that cycle, because unlike they mother who allowed their father to get away with it, your ass set that standard and you removed yourself from them. So now they being forced to view things differently. Now they analyzing their father differently. Like, hey, some shit that you was showing me may not have been always correct. You understand me? I want you to realize that everything is a cycle. The position that you play in it is very important. So are you going to be a positive aspect of it, or are you going to contribute to the fuckery? Because if you contribute to the fuckery, then you're going to fuck around and receive that karma too. So come on now. What position are you playing? We not matching energy. We maintaining ours. We rising ours. You understand me? We elevating ours. We not matching no energy. Because you matching energy means that you allowing other people to lead you and persuade you on certain things that you should do. That means instead of beating these demons that you becoming, and we not doing that. You understand me? I want you to realize this. You beating those demons. You not becoming them. You're not about to keep that cycle going. You're not about to, again, create certain monsters that's then going to go manipulate and hurt other people. That means if your ass would have spoke up, that's like you seeing somebody trying to rob a house. Or you seen somebody in the act of something. And you knowing that you could just call or you could do something and it would stop that. It would correct that person. The shit would go. You understand? They'll be held accountable. But instead, you watch that, say it doesn't apply to me. You don't call the authorities when the authorities is God a lot of the times in the situation, or your ancestors if it's not physically the authorities. That's like you not calling them and you not stopping that, and now they going out and they can hurt the next person. Now they out here, you find out that the next person that they was with, they sat there and took that person's life. You gonna feel a certain type of way because had you just spoke up, you could have stopped all of that. So I want you to realize that at times it may not be that big of a dynamic. It may not be that big of a situation that you may seem. But I want you to realize that what if you sitting there entertaining a narcissist or condoning their fuckery, now they sat there in a line with somebody who is an empath, somebody who's been hurt all their lives, somebody who is emotionally able to be manipulated. And they take advantage of that person and that person takes their life. You understand me? I want you to realize that that's still a part of the cycle that you contributed with. You understand me? If you was condoning fuckery, if you was out here thinking and telling people that certain shit that they do is okay when you know that it's not. You understand me? In one way, shape, or form, you play a part in it. And again, that doesn't mean that you had to sacrifice you and put you out on the front line, but your ass can speak up in one way, shape, or form. You understand me? I want you to realize this. So you're going to have to analyze the position that you play, whether or not that's you calling somebody else out for some shit that they do to you. You acknowledge that's not the right thing to do. Whether or not you speaking up for somebody else, or you again going to the correct source, whether or not that's you calling on God, you calling on your ancestors to provide clarity or to handle certain situations, or whether or not in 3D world, God's forcing you to speak up and speak out against certain things. You understand? So you're going to have to be cautious. Again, I'm not telling you to sacrifice yourself or lay yourself on the line, but when God is telling your ass to speak up, you better speak. When God's telling you that you have the ability to right or wrong, you better right that shit. Because if not, you're going to create, that's going to be the same wrong that your ass is going to have to be forced to experience. See, I want you to realize that you clearing up your karma in certain cycles, that is clearing a path for what's going to be attracted to you. So if you keep covering shit up, if you keep making excuses for certain things, if you keep continuing on certain shit, I want you to realize that that's the same path that you're going to have to turn around and go through. You understand me? That's going to be the same things that's going to be battling you and sent to you. So what you put out is what gets returned back to you. So again, if you putting out positivity, love, light, you putting out good energy, you putting out hope, you out here celebrating other people's successes, you out here being confident within, you out here being who you supposed to be. You understand me? I want you to realize that that gets returned back to you. But you are what you receive. So one way, shape, or form, if you're receiving some so-so shit, that means you still are connected to some so-so shit. And that could be mentality, experiences from your childhood that had trauma, certain family members. A lot of the times it's your parents. You understand me? You attract partners sometimes based upon your parents too. So therefore, make sure that you heal from your inner child. That you're not trying to, again, load the room and hoard the room with some shit that some small shit to make you smile, but you hoarding your energy around you. You understand? You want some shit that's going to stick. You don't want no temporary moments of happiness. You don't want to sit there and be happy here, and all of a sudden when you by yourself, when things is quiet, you start to get stuck in your head. Nah, that means you didn't address things correctly. That means you didn't clear that room out. You understand me? A lot of the times you just want to look in that room, but you don't want to really clear that shit out. You out here holding on to shit that you don't even use no more. You out here holding on to certain traumas that this person did. It's like a junk room, and we're going to do the comparison once more. You got to think, if you got a room full of junk that you hoarding So much shit. Certain shit that you don't even use. It's been stuck in that room for 5 years, 10 years, even a year, a couple of months. Certain shit that you don't touch. You understand me? But one way, shape, or form, at some point in time, you felt like it would be beneficial to you. So you have it in this room and you just hoarding the space. Every time you walk in the room, it's more shit surrounding you. So as you continue to go in the room, of course, it starts to get closer in on you. So now the room's so uncomfortable that you don't even like to enter it no more. You just open that shit, throw more shit in, and close it. You understand me? That's the same comparison to what you're doing to you emotionally and the inner child in you. Now, the inner child in you is locked in that room, surrounded by certain emotions that people put upon you, certain connections that people that you were connected to, certain things that, again, at one way, shape, or form, you thought that it was beneficial to you that your ass no longer uses. So now you surrounded and don't have space for certain shit that you could be working towards. Now you don't have certain space for your business. That could be your business spot. That could be a location that you can do other things that feel called to do. You understand me? But instead, you out here using that space for some shit that you don't use. But a lot of the times we sit there and hold on to it because it's a possibility that we may need it again. That's the same thing that people do to certain people. They keep them close to them, or they keep them locked up within them because there's a possibility that I may need them, or a possibility that I may get something from that. You understand me? You're going to have to clear that shit out. You understand me? Because the inner child of you was locked in that room surrounded by all that fuckery. Clear that shit out. You understand me? You can't keep tossing shit in there. You're going to have to pull all of that out in order to address that shit. Because a lot of the times you stuck in your head and you keep repeating certain thoughts. You talking about, how can I get over this? How can I get over my past? Because you're not speaking up. You got to speak to release it. So you're going to have to be surrounded by people that you trust, whether or not that's somebody you know personally, somebody that you pay like a therapist, whatever the position may be, or if you just talking to God, you writing some things down, whatever the case may be, you're going to have to express that and get that off of you in order to release it. Because so many people try to say they want to heal from shit, but they not dealing with that shit. How you going to deal with that shit and heal from that shit if you're not even addressing it? You looking over it. You not even, you understand? You just going to turn around and hoard this room back up with some other shit until you realize why you even thought that you needed that in the first place. You going to have to address it. Speak it. Speak what you see. Now listen. So I'm getting a download, right? And it's going to be my last daily download for today. But there's some masculine energies that may have. So we're going to talk, right? And excuse me, because as it's coming in, I'm going to have to. So there's some energies right now that you carry yourself based upon certain experiences that you had initially. And we're going to talk about it. There's certain energies right now who feel the need to be promiscuous or entertain multiple options. And it does feel a lot of masculine energies, but there's feminine energies too. You understand me? But whomever these individuals are, it feels like they first time or they first sexual encounter was something that may have scarred them in a sense. So either it's almost like, so say either they had older energies, whether or not that was older cousins, older school people, whatever the case may be. It just feels like there was older people that may have influence pertaining to their first sexual encounters. So it's like either they family set it up for them to, again, lose certain things. It's like some type of toxic or toxicity to it. Or they was violated in one way, shape, or form. So it's almost like, say there was older cousins promoting their younger cousins. Hey, bruh, like, you need to go out and do this. It's like they promoted those people to be fast in a sense. You understand? To be promiscuous before they even knew the concept pertaining to sex. So it's almost like from that day forward, they set those scenarios. Now, there's some masculine energies that feel like they was taken advantage of. And it does feel like either they may have been violated sexually by other masculine energies, whether or not that was family or friends. It just feels like there was some type of violation. And it feels like because that was their first sexual encounter, or because that was that was early on, it feels like they feel like in order to forget that, they had to pursue multiple females in order to try to feel whole within. So it's almost like masculine energies who was taken advantage of when they was little sexually, and now they try to hide that, or they try to battle that, because they could feel, okay, well, does that mean it questions my sexuality because I was taken advantage of by the same sex, or whatever the scenario may be? It feels like that masculine then tried to start pursuing multiple people, started pursuing multiple feminine energies in order to try to fill that void within, but they gonna have to talk about it. You understand me? You're going to have to release that. Because a lot of the people who violated you, you still one way, shape, or form connected to. So it may be at family events, you walk past them. You may not all be cool, but it's like when you see them, some parts of you is triggered as a child in you. So you're going to have to address that, because you out here creating karma for yourself, because you out here manipulating the mental of multiple feminines. You out here using them for their body because you trying to fill a void within you because somebody else took advantage of you. So now, just like somebody took advantage of you, you out here taking advantage of other people. It may not be the same form that they done it to you and violated you in, but you out here violating too. So you're going to have to speak on it. The same comes pertaining to feminine energies. It feels like there may have been older masculines that took advantage of you. So it may have been older masculines that were fresh with certain young females. And it feels like that first encounter that you had, either they mentally manipulated you, financially tried to persuade you to keep quiet, or it was somebody that was close to you that you spoke up to your people for, and they never did anything, or they didn't believe you. I want you to realize that some parts of you try to pursue certain partners that you feel are going to protect you. So a lot of the times you try to get attracted to certain partners that are extra mean or extra rough with you, but you're not viewing them being negative to you. You viewing them like they'll be able to protect you from other people, not even realizing that these are the people that you're going to end up needing protection from. You understand me? So you try to attract a partner because the inner child of you wants somebody to protect you. You want somebody who's going to defend you. You want somebody who's going to be there for you. So if you had a father who abandoned you because this toxic ass partner says, you'll never leave me, you'll never get rid of me, this for life, no matter if they doing certain chaotic shit to you or not, just the fact that they said they'll never leave you and you had a parent who left you, you hold on to them for that reason. You trying to fill that void. Or again, you was violated, so therefore now the inner child of you wants somebody to protect you. So therefore you attracted this person who's then projecting certain negativity on you or trying to have power over you because you are trying to fill that void. And then you so used to people taking advantage of you sexually. So as soon as you feel like there's a disconnect from this person, you try to offer them sexual advances, or you try to provide your body thinking that this is going to get their mind, not even realizing that you are starting to victimize yourself like those other people did to you. So now you willingly putting yourself in this position that other people before that person put you through. And we're going to have to talk about it. There's certain people that may have been touched on. See, this is why communication is clear. This is why healing is very clear and necessary. Because there's certain people that was taken advantage of sexually, abused, misused, violated, whether or not that was from their partner, their people, other people, so on and so forth. That when they get in a relationship, their partner does some shit to them that triggers them. And we're going to talk about it. There's certain people that was molested when they was little. And it could have been happening that they was touched in their sleep. They was touched within the night, so on and so forth. Now you have a partner who is a touchy-feely person who, while you sleep, they feel like they're going to touch up on you. But that triggers you because you know that before then there was somebody who touched you or violated you. So therefore the inner child of you has a trigger. And this person is not understanding that it's not what they did, it's how they did it, because you have a trigger within you based upon the shit that happened to you. So therefore, clear communication is key. Because now they trying to be, again, touching up on you within the night, not even realizing as a younger child, somebody violated you in the same way, shape, or form. So therefore, that's triggering you. And now you looking at them as a violator too. And they trying to pour love into you, not even realizing that that shit turned your ass off. You understand me? I want you to realize this. You will have to communicate that. Because if you never express that, and that's some shit that you just want somebody to assume, to know about you, and that's some shit that you're still healing from, you need to communicate. So if you are with a partner before you truly heal, but they met you while you're on your healing journey, and they're healing too, they're becoming a better version of them too. So say y'all are equal when it comes to this. But say there's certain things that you went through that you didn't always speak up about it. You understand me? So now, again, they are not understanding that you're getting triggered from certain things that they're doing. They taking it personal, while you could have communicated that clearly, and they could have understood where you was coming from. Like, oh, nah, I'm sorry. Because people don't know what you went through just by looking at you. And you're going to have to realize that some people don't go based upon a soul level. Some people don't have gifts and abilities like you. So some people only go based upon what you tell them and what you show them. So if you're not speaking on that shit, how do they know that that shit even exists? You understand me? Now you taking it out on them, when really you should be taking out that aggression or taking out that feeling and emotion about that person who did that shit in the first place. Because why should certain shit trigger you if you didn't go through those? You understand me? So I want you to realize this. There's certain pieces of you as an inner child that you went through that certain people, they may not have been raised in that life, in that household. So we're going to talk about this too. And I'm sorry, as the downloads coming, so obviously there's somebody in here who I'm picking up on your energy. You're going to have to realize that you're going to have to truly address the things that you're healing from. I want you to realize, again, you're going to have to communicate clearly. I want you to be able to speak up, because I want you to realize that not everybody was raised like you. I remember, and I can speak personally, I used to tell certain stories that I went through growing up, certain things, and I'm just talking regular. People around me all teary-eyed, they crying, face all cracked up. I'm so sorry you had to live like this. I'm so sorry you go through this. And I'm looking at them like, what is wrong with you? I'm laughing because it was regular to me. So other people who wasn't raised like that, they see that shit wasn't normal. They could have been raised from a good home, full of love, acknowledgement, people who persuaded them to do the things that they want to do. People who supported them. People who loved on them, acknowledged them. But you may not have been raised like that. So you may have been somebody who, anytime somebody was nice to you, is because they was trying to take advantage of you. So you could have been somebody who, again, somebody may have violated you sexually, mentally, emotionally, whatever the case may be. But before they got what they wanted from you, they tried to be nice. So that could have been a trigger to you, that people are only nice to me when they want something out of me. So your defense mechanism is to put your guard up like, nah, this person's being nice. They must want some shit. They going to try to violate me one way, shape, or form. Not even realizing that person was sent as a prayer and a blessing to you, because God seen what you went through when you was praying that other people would love on you. So God sent that person who was from a loving home, who's going to show you that affection, who's going to show you that love and acknowledgement. But you have your guard up, because anybody who's nice to you is usually people who want to take advantage of you. So therefore now you created karma for yourself, because you blocked the blessing that you praying for. You understand me? So you didn't ask God, and you didn't experience certain people that did certain shit to you and was nice to you because they wanted something out of you and from you. And now God's sending people to you who are trying to show that love that you naturally should have been receiving. And the hurt part of you, the unhealed version of you, is sitting there not willing to receive what you've been praying for from this person, because, again, you so used to toxicity. You truly gonna have to heal the inner child in you, Because it's not fair for you to feel like anybody who's trying to show you love is really trying to manipulate you. It's not fair for you to not know how to take certain compliments. Shit, that's something that I'm learning too. I wasn't raised in a household where people said you pretty. People said I love you. People said you great. You can do this. I wasn't raised in that. So when certain people try to show me that, I try to laugh that shit off. It makes me uncomfortable. You understand me? I had to learn to start to receive that because I know that's what I earned. That's what I deserve. That's what the standard should have been set at from day one. You understand me? But because I wasn't raised off of that, that was uncomfortable to me. So I had to force myself and teach myself how to receive love. Because again, that's not something, I wasn't raised in no loving, I love you, hugging and kissing type of household. So when people show that shit to me, I used to get uncomfortable. Shit, I wasn't even the type to say love you comfortably until I had my children. You understand me? It's like I had to teach myself what love is, because nobody can teach me what love is for me but me. They can show me what version of love is meant to them, and that's based upon experiences, whatever shit was shown to them. You understand me? You had to teach yourself what you earn and deserve, and you have to know that you deserve to receive it. You so used to people not acknowledging you, now that somebody wants to give you your flowers, now your ass uncomfortable. Shit, that's me too. I had to learn that. I'm out here blushing. Oh, like, okay, let's switch this shit up. Let's speed past this. It's because if you never receive that, when you get that, you uncomfortable with that. It's an unknown territory. But because I know I earned that and deserve that, I'm going to allow that to come to me. I'm surrounded by love. You understand me? A lot of the times you allow your past and parents to project certain energy upon you, and now you start to believe that you don't deserve it too, when really you earn this, and that's why God's sending you certain people. But again, if you are sent to other people to be a blessing to them, if they are not willing to receive it, then now you have to release them, because you can't force it on them. They're going to address that. They're going to go to their healing journey when they're ready to do so. If not, you're going to... That's like you cooking a meal. You asking your kids, are y'all hungry? They say no. And you out here create a full course meal. You out here cook. As soon as you done, you sitting there telling them, all right, they ready to eat. I made the food for you. It's fresh. And they talking about, well, we still not ready to eat. And you got your face screwed up. They already told you that they wasn't hungry at that point in time, but you took it upon yourself to create a lavish meal for them before they was prepared. And because you had it fresh for them and available to them, you wanted them to take that plate right then and there. Now you feeling a certain type of way. You calling them ungrateful. You ungrateful. Oh, yo ass, you won't eat then. Now you mad because you try to force them to be ready for something that they told you that they wasn't ready for. That applies to every scenario and every situation, every person. You can want to have good intentions. You could have love available to them. But if they not ready and healed from certain shit that went against them in order to receive it, then there's nothing that you can do. You understand me? But you're going to be mad or feeling like, oh, it was pointless. It wasn't pointless if that's how you truly felt. If you truly felt like you wanted to do that and you wasn't trying to get nothing in return, that's because that's what you naturally wanted to do, then that means that you shouldn't feel a certain type of way about doing those things. Just because it didn't work out how you wanted it to, just because it didn't provide certain benefits for you, if that's what you felt drawn to do or called to do because that's naturally who you were, a lover, right? A giver, right? You did this because that's what you wanted to do. Okay, you need to realize that not everybody is put in the same position to be able to be physically, mentally, or materialistically available to provide and pour into you like you poured into them. You understand me? I want you to realize this. I want you to realize that certain narcissists that you cross paths with, they know who you are. They know what you bring to the table. But the unhealed version of them was taught to take advantage of it. That happiness doesn't last forever. So therefore, I'm going to manipulate this in order to get what I want for this time being. They always looking for the next best thing because they are so used to being disappointed. They so used to people not coming through for them. They so used to this not happening and they benefit. So therefore, now they develop that mentality that they going to get over on people, or they going to take advantage of certain shit, because this is just for the time now. This is just for the time being. You understand? They always feel like nothing lasts forever. And again, that's some unhealed shit that they have within them that has nothing to do with you. So as soon as you feel and realize that somebody's not going to pour into you like you pouring into them, then you need to release them. You understand me? You can't be out here. Again, you're going to have to realize that everybody acts based upon what they went through. And if they haven't dealt with those things, you can't feel like they're going to deal with those things and deal with you too. Nah, you're going to have to release them. Have those demons conquered before you even connect with me. You understand me? I want you to realize this. Narcissists know what they're doing. They know who you are. But you have to think of a fearful child, of a scared pet, so on and so forth. They so scared of shit getting snatched for them that they try to control the shit. So they try to mentally manipulate you to have power over you, because they want to persuade you to stay around longer. They don't know that you can get love, or people love them for who they truly are on a soul level. They so used to people only loving them based upon material things, or they mother only acknowledging when they do things for her, or they father only acknowledging them when they are successful in certain sports or certain shit. You understand me? They used to their attention coming to them based upon what they can do for other people. So therefore, when they cross paths with you, this is a learning experience for them too, because they looking at you and think that you want something from them in order for you to love on them. You understand me? That's why you have to maintain your own energy, not match theirs. Because I promise you, if you was a person who was giving them love, acknowledgement, and they did certain shit upon you, and you had to separate yourself from them because you had boundaries and standards, and you're not going to accept that so shit, that shit is going to be stuck with them. You understand me? That's some shit that God's going to force to replay and repeat in their head, and that is going to trigger a tower moment. That's why you had certain exes that's going to come to you, start apologizing to you for certain shit that they said to you or put you through. Because you triggered a tower moment. You didn't match their energy. You didn't give them excuses for why they did the shit they did to you. Oh, she was a little freaking ass person too. He was a little cheating ass person too. See, they probably was doing that the whole time that I was doing me too. They come up with excuses. You understand me? So I want you to realize that in some way, shape, or form, you are going to trigger their tower moment, but that is not for you to tolerate their toxicity in order to teach their asses anything. You understand me? They going to learn their lessons from you by not having access to you. You understand me? So keep your standards firm. Set those boundaries solid. Don't allow nobody to have you dim your light. If they want to reach you, they're going to have to reach up to you. Ain't no more reaching down. They want to reach out, they're going to have to reach up. They're going to have to be healed. They're going to have to be willing to tell the world about you, acknowledge you, love on you, protect you, so on and so forth. But they can't do that for you if they ain't doing it for themselves. You understand me? Now listen. Y'all know I love you. You know I believe in you. You know I know you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I know that anything you speak is what you're going to seek. So you better speak that greatness upon you. You understand me? I got to get off of here because I do have my readings to do. All right? I do want to remind you, I will never message you for a personal reading. In order to receive your personal prophetic reading, you have to hit the link in the bio. I'm not going to reach out to you. I want you to book when you're ready for me. Because I'm going to tell you what God tells me to tell you. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. You understand me? So again, remember, I do have a link in my bio. Readings are available. Now, you do get your readings the same day. So if you book it at a certain time, you will get your reading by that time. Make sure that you provide me with your correct telephone number as well as the correct email address, because I'm going to get in contact with you immediately after you book your reading. You understand me? Also, again, be open-minded. People usually ask me for the price. It's 2 different readings. I have a quick read that's $10, or I have a full read that's 30. But again, even if you're not ready to receive the message for me, I want you to work on you. I want you to believe in you. I want you to continue to do the things to be a better version of you, no matter if you go through me or not. You understand me? I love y'all. I'll upload the live from earlier that got disconnected as well as this. So it's going to be 2 different lives, all right? I'm going to upload those later. Just know that I love y'all. I believe in you. I know, again, you can put anything you put your mind to, all right? Y'all be great. Be blessed.